30 caliber that came out on the other side of it. Some tank, well, that there's got a 50 caliber machine gun up on top.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
I didn't have a 50 caliber. I had 30 caliber. But my radio operator and rotor of the 75 sat on this side of and the gunner sat on that side, and I was sitting right back there behind the gunner. Now there's two solenoid switches sitting right side by side. One to operate the 75 millimeter, the other to operate the 30 caliber machine gun. Okay. In operating those things, you have an air-cooled engine to show you how cold it got in Belgium.
And it was winter.
It was winter time in the Battle of the Bulge. And when that tank was running, the fan was going on, that cool air was coming right up your rear. And I'll tell you for sure, it was cold. And by God, we slept in this thing. I slept in this thing a million nights.
Wow, that's cold.
Can you imagine sitting there trying to sleep? But anyway,
That's sad.
when I got my Purple Heart, this is cozy out. When I got my Purple Heart, we were going between the Ruhr River and the Rhine River.
Yeah.
And there's a horse-drawn vehicle with a man in it come up off the side road, and I supposed he was going to come in and give up. But instead of that, he turned and went the other way. I told my gunner, I said, come around with your 30 caliber ammunition and fire something right at him. Maybe he'll turn around and come back. Well, as I told you, the solenoid switch is set beside us. Now, whether my gunner got on the one accidentally or purposely, but he got on the 75 millimeter quick. And when he did, that 75 went off. He hit that horse-drawn vehicle, and the man flew sky high. I had my hand on the recoil of that 75 millimeter inside. That recoil come back and hit this hand. And the blood just flowed. I got out and called the medic. Went over to sit down in a shade of a bunker. While sitting there, here come 5 SS troopers out of that bunker. With their hands over their heads.
Wow.
They had fired all their ammunition up and give up.
Oh my gosh.
I got sit on my knee. The medic finally come up, treated my hand. He said, hell, Harold, you're not hurt bad enough. Get back that tank. Keep going. The only thing I got out of that, I got a Purple Heart.
You worked hard for them using up there.
The orders came down for Harold Bradley to take his tank and 10 infantry boys. Lieutenant Tompkins take his tank with 10 infantry boys. And go up and contact the Germans because we was going to make our final push. Well, we'd go through these little villages, and the people would just come out and holler, oh boy, they just left. Well, the Germans had left. We went through another village. The same thing. They just tickled. The third village we went through, we found it. But to hit the lieutenant's tank, went through and cut his assistant driver's legs off. I pulled my tank around behind him, and about 2 weeks before that, I got permission to put a new 30 caliber up on the tank with my radio operator, which was about 6 foot 4 inches tall.
Yeah, really? How that?
He stuck out about 6 foot.
Whoa.
Anyway, it was a good thing. The other 230 calibers that the gunner was supposed to operate and the assistant driver, they changed. I wouldn't fire the 75 because I didn't want the shrapnel and stuff from it to spray around where my boys had already gotten off the tank. So I told my loader, I said, fire some 30 caliber and keep everybody been doing it. Well, since he was the only gunner that was able to fire, he fired every box of 30 caliber ammunition we had in the tank that day. Now, I don't know how many he killed or didn't even kill anybody. but at least we didn't get nobody else hurt, and we got everybody back safely, and we lost it one day. And for that action, I am a gunner and was recommended for the Silver Star, and both of us got it.
Wow.
Wow, what a story. What a story.
We had tanks, but they didn't yet. So they had a gun in a tank, but the tank wasn't run. So we spent the whole night taking parts from one thing and putting them in a tank that would run. And we still wasn't able to make enough tanks to go around and go into battle. Some went into battle with an open top half track.
Oh, wow.
We had one.
Protection.
We had one boy from Oklahoma. He was a mean son of a gun. You couldn't trust him if he got a D-Day pass, a weekend pass, that he would be there for reveille the next morning. But he was one brave son of a gun. He got a tank that had a 96 millimeter gun.
That big?
That's big. He could stand up and fight against a German tank that had an 88. The easiest way we could fight a German tank like that, mostly with a 75 millimeter, was to throw out a smoke screen, swing around, and try to get to the side of him or the rear end of the tank. We could knock him out. But if we had to fight him head on, he would win every time. We went into battle, and the company commander, people who had been retreating, said, "Y'all need not stay. You need not to go up there. They're going to kill everybody." He says, "Well, we don't look like much, but we are a ragtail tank, and we are shooting son of a gun." And he was right to the. We whooped Hitler's hand-picked armored division commander. His name was Piper. You remember? We whooped him.
Oh, Piper! I remember.
Yeah.
Piper. Piper, okay. You're Piper. Remember?
But anyway, we whooped him, stopped him at Stewart Village, turned him around, and forced him to retreat. The last time we saw him, he was at McLean's, in which we were heading that way. And we've all been there that's been on these tours.
Yeah.
And he took what equipment he could handle and what men he had left and retreated back to Germany, and we never saw him again as long as we fought in Germany all the way to the Baltic Sea.
Did he make it home? Did he make it home?
We heard later that he was killed.
Oh, really? Wow.
But
That's something else.
something else, I'll tell you
Yeah,
for
there.
sure. But anyway, I'm lucky that I didn't have a tank knocked out from me.
Very fortunate.
And you're right.
And we're lucky.
Yes, and all of us are fortunate too to be able to hear your stories for sure.
But anyway, I'm proud to be upright.
You should be.
Yeah. So, question for you: do you know why did they not armor the rear of tanks like they did the fronts?
You know, I can't answer that.
Okay.
Same question.
But as I say, it was real lightweight back then. And I know of one thing: there was a lot of infantry boys loved to ride the back of the tank in that snow we had in Belgium back then. I'm sure you've seen the picture of a tank where they're traveling up through there in ruts where the snow had been there, made ruts. And so it was quite a deal there, fighting in that cold weather, trying to sleep a little bit, be ready to fire at something else next day.
I saw one documentary where the German tanks got assaulted.
We want you to start over. You went through all the reunions from when to when?
Yeah, 1970.
Well, say it over.
There you go.
Okay, Jack and I went to all the reunions from 1975
until 2000 and through 2016.
Wow.
And then he passed away in March of 17.
Oh. But you're back.
Huh?
But you're back for
Yeah.
2018.
And we had a big party on our
We're from
70th
Oklahoma,
wedding
in case you know.
anniversary.
We're from Oklahoma.
And then
Okay.
that was in
I
October
don't know where
2016.
Most of y'all
Wow.
live.
70 years.
Wow.
When we were drafted, they were drafting Oklahoma boys and Texas boys. Our 740th Tank Battalion was formed in 1943 of both Texas and Oklahoma boys. You know, all we had different was people that came from different camps to train us. And of course, some of them was from Oklahoma, but the majority was from some of the places.
Yeah.
They were trained in desert for desert warfare, but by the time they finished, that was over.
Over with, we sent to the cold climate.
All right, so we have to start some controversy here. Who's tougher, the Oklahoma boys or the Texas boys?
Oh yeah, one of the coldest winters on record, wasn't it?
That's the Oklahoma.
But we never did argue.
He's smart. He's pleading the fifth.
We almost had a war right there.
Sure.
But we hushed it up and went on.
After the war, during the reconnaissance, what is it? After
After the war,
occupation. Why, the reconnaissance group, I don't know if they're the only ones, but they had the longest bore in Limburg, in Germany, down the basement of the youth building. And Hummingbird was in communication, and he'd write a pass called Sentimental Journey, and they'd take a trip back to Brussels, Belgium, get a load of booze, and bring back to their, and sell half of it to the officers, and they'd give the rest of them free.
That's good for us. Yeah, that helped things along, didn't it?
So Harold, were you there when they captured the Tiger tank? We got that story last year, but I'd love to hear it from you if you were there.
They just had medium tanks first, and they just had to put them together from pieces when they first got
I don't
there.
remember anything like that.
So the story I heard was there was a German Tiger tank, or maybe even a higher level tank,
Yeah.
that y'all captured intact because the guys were sleeping in it, and they set off a fire burst over it, and the soldiers all jumped out of the tank surrendering, and y'all shot them and took the tank.
You know, that was Glenn D. George that captured that tank. That was in the museum at Fort Knox. That had,
That's what we heard. Yeah.
Glenn D. George.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you weren't with that group that did that? Okay.
George, one of our guys.
Yeah, he was in 740.
Okay.
But he's been gone for a long time now. But he was the one that was responsible for capturing that tank.
Okay. That was a neat story.
Yeah. And one time, I don't remember who did it, but one member of the 740th tank shot right down through the gun of another tank.
I heard that story too.
Yeah.
I think that was in our platoon.
Well, you know, out in the desert, they were trained. Rugel had lost his outfit in South Africa. So when he came back to form a new one, he wanted young men from small towns and country who were used to, shooting and guns and stuff, like hunting, and that was mostly from Oklahoma and Texas. And as a result, they were training out in desert. They were told to shoot at anything that moved. And that's the way they trained, and so they were really good shooters,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tank Battalion had the highest
And they even shot a cactus. Whatever.
highest record recorded for firing on the firing range out there in the desert that they ever been.
Of course.
Out desert,
85% accuracy.
yeah, they only lost 43 men in the service. And
amazing.
out of what? How many was they in the battalion? 800 and something? And they only lost 43.
Wow.
And they were sent wherever there was a hot spot, just here and there and everywhere. They were attached to the 82nd Airborne, and they really appreciated the 740th.
We were just more or less what they call an assistant battalion. We were not attached to any infantry division, only when they needed armor support, if we were available, that's where we go. So I tell you, we fought with the 82nd, we fought with the 8th Infantry, we even fought with the British division one time.
Wow.
I think they fought with nearly every army, including the English. They helped the English cross Siegfried Line twice, didn't they?
That was really a chore, breaking that Siegfried Line.
The first time they tried to cross the Siegfried Line, that was big concrete like teeth. And Glenn D. George was the one that decided to bulldoze dirt up so that the tanks could cross up.
Wow.
We were pulled back after crossing Siegfried Line up the north. They pulled our whole tank battalion. We was in between the Ruhr River and the Rhine River, getting ready to go across. But they pulled us whole back, put all our tanks on flat cars, and the soldiers that belonged to our tank rode the flat cars with the tank, and sent us to the southern end of the Ruhr, into France, where we crossed and broke the Siegfried Line down there. And then we moved back up north and get ready to cross the Rhine River.
Wow.
I saw the other day back that's where they'd had.
My husband was with reconnaissance out in a Jeep, scouting and leading the tanks into position and carrying messages. And he and his partner almost captured a German town one time.
Wow.
They started into this little town, and everybody started coming out with their hands up, and they just turned around and got out.
Y'all want to go upstairs? Spotlight for Germans, but the soldiers said, hey, you turn on the spotlight, they're going to see where we are, and they're going to shoot, they're going to blow us up.
Well, you take 5 tanks, you separate them maybe, let's say, 200 to 300 yards apart. And on these spotlights, put all the infantry right in between the tanks. That light out there is lighting up the world out there. There's 1,000 yards and they're out there in front of them. They can't see them. And they can spot anything out there in 1,000 yards. Time, pop, shoot.
Yeah.
And it worked. But when we got overseas, it didn't work because it had to be on a level terrain where if you wiggled in the bombshell hole or something like that, you'd lose the effect of the light. So that way they took it away from us. All that money training everybody for that was useless. We went through it. Not many people say that. But I tell you one thing, they had our mail censored. From the time we went in the Arizona desert, we couldn't even write a letter to a family saying anything about what we were doing or anything. And now there's a secret now. There's no more secrets than what the Army does because I think it'd be where they made a picture of me. They sent people, soldiers who are to relieve us, find out. And hope the new people were there away from the beaches when we got there. I didn't go there, but some reason as a soldier.
Yeah.
Now, how did they get that information?